Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Reine Des Fleurs. And let's see, we have finished our ceremony inducting the knights into their positions. However, the end of the ceremony was rather unexpected and dramatic, where we all passed out in great pain. So we're about to be told the truth. So apparently we have been being deceived all this time, and we're about to learn the truth of some things that have been hidden from us all this time. For God knows what reason. Alright, well, let's see what everyone has to say. Violet has some reports that were given to her by Hubert. These reports include how the guys reacted once they woke up from passing out at the ceremony. So, let's see what these reports say. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. Alright, so now we're beginning Leon's story thing here. The truth revealed, Leon.
Explain, Ageha. What is all this?
You look better than expected. You truly are a strong man.
That doesn't matter. I'm telling you to explain right now.
Calm down. Who said I wasn't going to explain? I will explain as you wish, just so long as you stay calm.
Okay. But I might not be able to remain calm. That depends on what you tell me.
Yeah, as long as you grasp the idea of what's going on, that will be enough. When you all put on the rings at the ceremony, you officially became knights. The knights are the conduits through which grace is sent to each country in the time of the goddess. The power of the goddess dwells in the ring, so when you put it on, your body was connected to your homeland, so that your duties can be fulfilled. I did tell you back then on the land, right? Yes, that's nothing new.
Yes? But what was that shock? My body still feels heavy.
Didn't I just say that your body is now connected to Pivone? That means...
Pivone is in that bad a condition?
Exactly. Well, it is not only you, but the other three must be suffering as well.
Hold on. How about her? How's Violet?
Relax. Her condition should be at least as good as yours.
That means she's not well at all. I don't care about my own health, but her.
Leon, I am not done talking. Listen to me until the end.
But...
There is nothing that you can do for her, even if you go to her now.
Well...
When she wakes up, it will be explained to her as well.
But for us to be able to share information... My bad. Ageha, I was distracted. Please, go on.
I have always liked your purity. Or more like his innocence or naivety. Grace on the land has dried up due to the long absence of the rain. You've known that from the beginning, right? So that cannot be helped no matter what. The problem is from now on.
Now on?
Yes, the knights and the rain have to work together to replenish the grace on the land. You have to be serious from now on, Leon. You will be in big trouble if you don't change your behavior.
Hold on. Ageha, what do you mean by be serious? Didn't we just officially become knights after that ceremony? So if we help her, we can send grace into the land, right? Then the grace problem will be solved.
If it was that simple, it wouldn't be a problem. And of course we don't get the whole explanation there. The truth revealed, Louie. I was only told part of the facts, and not the whole. In light of that, then even I'm beginning to develop some malicious intent.
Well, I don't disagree with you.
However, I want you to understand that we Shicho are in a position where we cannot disobey the higher-ups. Just how understanding I will be depends on the explanation you give to me now. He says that with this happy smiling face, but it sounds so threatening the way he worded it to me. Isn't there something that you still haven't told me? Well, you are observant. That is what I like about you. Then, listen to me carefully. The deterioration of the land is caused by the rain's long absence. How many times are we going to go over that part?
However, that's not the reason. It's actually the grace of the tree of life itself that is almost dried up. I see. Shouldn't you be angry? This is quite a serious matter regarding the life or death of the whole world. I understand what you are saying, but I had already expected as much, so it is no surprise to me. You expected this? Look at that smile, that smug look on his face. Tanabito have at least knowledge enough to trace back our own history. If we consider grace was a contributing factor in all the disasters that occurred on the land, such as war or famine, we know that those disasters have been occurring not only these past few decades, but throughout the time without rain. When you trace back and match up events from there, it's easy to see. I see, I thought you were an ignorant, sheltered prince, but you certainly did your research. Regardless of my interest, there are some things I must know. So? What? Is that the end of the story? I might be surprised this time, so please go on. Tell me about it. Indeed, it is quite easy to explain to someone like you. Yep, he's not lacking in the brains department. And he's quite reasonable, as long as you don't mess with him. I think it must come from, all the time he spent as a royal, trying not to get himself killed. He probably had to always watch his back and know what was going on socially so that he could avoid getting killed by any conspiracies and things like that. So he was probably always having to gather information to stay alive. So that's probably why he ended up learning all this stuff here. That's my guess anyway, from what he talked about his life back on the land, growing up and stuff. The truth revealed, Gizon. That means that you have been cheating the people of Solview for a long time, claiming to be messengers of the goddess. Well, it is what it is. But you're unusually calm. I thought for sure you'd kill me after I told you the actual story. You will not let me kill you anyway, so what are you saying? Exactly, not to underestimate Gizon at all. He is known as the Steel Sword of Chrysanthemum or whatever his nickname was, but I imagine that Suma Beni has plenty of experience himself, and I mean, just look at him. He looks like he can really handle himself, so I'm not so sure Gizon could kill him so easily. I really like Suma Beni a lot, and I haven't heard anybody else say that they like him, but I love him. I adore him. He's got that laid-back personality, and he's just, even though Gizon is so intimidating to everybody else, he just totally takes him in stride and teases him. It's so cute. When Suma Beni teases Gizon, it makes him all mad. But he's the only one that he'll dare to do this. Alright, sorry, back to the story. I perceived something was wrong before you even told me. Chrysanthemum has never really been blessed with grace, even in times when there was a rain. The rain swears to repair the whole land, but why not our land? The answer is obvious. There must have been some obstacle all this time, so that is nothing new to me. Yet he's observant as well. I see. As you said, there were some things that didn't make any sense. However, another rain was born again, and we became her knights, regardless of the situation, knowing that there is no grace to supply to the land. What exactly are you trying to do? You must tell me everything you know, Suma Beni. What you have to do still remains unchanged. You guys still need to send grace to the countries as planned. However, the source of the grace will no longer be the Tree of Life, but other countries. What? You must give grace to those who have less by taking it from those who have more. This way, we can minimize areas of complete devastation. Basically, what you and Princess have to do is more along the lines of balancing the world than replenishing it. Well, Chrysanthemum is pretty much going to be on the receiving side. Gizon, so you don't have to be so concerned. Don't talk nonsense. That is nothing but hypocrisy. Harmony, equality, you can't deceive us merely with sweet-sounding words. The existence of this holy place becomes meaningless if it can no longer perform its function. But, by doing so, Your country can be salvaged at least. There is no time for you to be stubborn. Think about your country. Don't underestimate me, Sumabeni. The people of Chrysanthemum are not so miserable and broken as to accept charity like beggars. First of all, that would only be a temporary balm. It might help the country live a little longer, but then other issues will arise.
So you thought that far ahead already. The conciliatory method didn't work for you as I expected. I'm sorry I tried to bait you with Chrysanthemum.
If you get it, then quit avoiding the real topic.
Alright, I won't run you in circles anymore. I'll give it to you straight, man to man.
That's right. Tell him. He can take it. Pretty much all the guys except Leon are much smarter and came to conclusions before their Shicho expected them to, apparently. Well, let's see how Orpheus takes it, actually. The truth revealed, Orpheus. So, that is the actual mission we have to pursue? Yes. What would you do if I said I didn't want to do that? I'll just have to do everything I can to convince you. The reason you don't want to is because it means we have to take grace from Valais. Well, of course. It is true that Valais is wealthier than other countries, but still, there are disasters occurring every several years. We may be the least affected by the lack of grace as well, but if our grace is taken away in this situation, of course, the afflictions will increase. However, compared to the other countries in the world, the damage will still be small. Okay, and that's the end of my translation. I just, for some reason, I wasn't quite prepared for it to run out there. I felt like I still had a little bit more. We keep ending in the middle of Orpheus's parts. Sorry, Orpheus, I don't mean to keep cutting you off. Oh, I'll treat you properly later, I swear. Poor Orpheus. Alright, well, things are coming to light more, and it seems like most of the guys aren't quite down with this plan. Well, we don't know Leon because he didn't really even get a chance to hear the plan. We didn't get to hear how he reacted to it. So we'll have to see about that at a later time. But yeah, I like Gizon's response. He's being honorable about it. I'm sure he's concerned for his country, but I think he believes that the people of his country are as honorable as he is, and they wouldn't just want to... I mean, they've worked hard to maintain where they are right now, and he's sure that they wouldn't want to just take the easy road and take charity from the other countries. I like that. I feel he's being honorable about this. Not just stubborn. I mean, he's very stubborn, but I don't feel like this is a stubborn thing on his part. And I loved how Louie had already deducted that in the first place anyway. You know, he has that sly intelligence that he's been investigating things on his own. And, you know, he had that veneers where he just projected this image of a foolish playboy, but he's really sly like a fox. No wonder I heard such good things about his ending. I'm really quite curious now. I really hope people will develop more interest in Louie later and you guys will vote for his story to be done. We'll see how things go. I'd really like to hear all the guys' stories, but there's so many other titles to read too. You know, there's the Amnesia sequels, and there's so many other games that look really good, and, you know, Norn 9 sequels, and so many things that I want to read, and I need to learn Japanese so I can help with the translations. Alright, well, let's see here. Let me give you guys some Japanese words for the day, and we'll call it a video. Alright, well, in the last episode, I taught you guys some greetings, some daily greetings, and today I'll teach you some goodbyes. Most of you have probably heard of sayonara as a traditional goodbye, but there's also good night, which is oyasumi, or more formally and polite, oyasumi nasai. And there's some informal goodbyes like jane, which is pretty much like later or see you later. Well, that is it for this video. Let's hear some more explanations in the next one. Hopefully we'll all get together and talk about deciding about the fate of Soulview soon enough. Alright, well, hope to see you in my future videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.